Alrighty, guys, Monday's here, and let me tell you, it's not looking so hot right now in the stock market. We are down across the board. The S&P, Dow, Nasdaq, Russell, you name it. The VIX is up 9%, and SoFi is slipping. We're about to fall through $27 a share. We are down almost 3% on the day. So guys, look, we're going to break down SoFi, the charts, what I'm looking to do, and of course, we'll break down the indices overall, the charts, where my head's at. So guys, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, take a sip of your coffee. You're going to need it for this video, and check out the Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my portfolio updates, stocks I'm buying, how I'm running my portfolio. All of that's on Patreon. Link down below. There's also a Discord on there, guys. Check it out. Check it out. I guarantee you you'll find value. It's also in the comment section. Make sure to join. And now, cheers again, guys. Let's get into it. So we are down, like I said, across the board. S&P's down, let's see, about 0.5%. Dow's down, same, roughly 0.4, 0.5%. And QQQ's down over 0.5% as the Russell's down almost 0.75%. And again, SoFi is hanging on $27 by a thread, down 2.8%, 80 cents in the red on the day. And you can see on the intraday chart here, we're making lower highs into this support, right? We have support at $27 per share, and we're making lower highs into that level all throughout today, which means, guys, what does this mean? Well, we could be going lower. That's the reality of this descending triangle on the intraday. And if we look at the 5-day, 5-minute, we're now pretty much testing where we were on Friday. Friday, we hit about $26.50, $27 in the morning and the pre-market on Friday. You can see that, and now we're pretty much right back to that level. So we saw a pop on Friday after hitting that 26, 27 mark in the morning. And, well, it ended up being a fake out. You can see it here on this 5-day, 5-minute. We saw a pump on Friday, but this morning we actually failed to get close to those highs from Friday. We actually failed at about $28.60 in the pre-market, and now here we are, $27, and looks like pretty clear that, lower highs were put in. And it looks like overall that we have a descending triangle on the 5-day, 5-minute chart as well. Lower highs into that support of $26.50, $27. That's the reality of where we are right now on the charts on SoFi stock. And if we look here on the 30-minute chart, now we're approaching, the lows from about 10 days ago, right? I guess exactly 10 days ago on the 7th of November, we hit about 26, 25.50, right? So this is where we're going, guys. That's the reality. We have a death cross on the 30-minute chart. We're under these moving averages on the 30-minute chart as well. And on the 1-hour chart, same thing. Death cross under the moving averages. So the fact that the overall market's getting hit, volatility's up, VIX is up, high beta, high growth stocks are still getting hit. This is hurting SoFi. That's the reality. We got to $32.50, right? $33, and we just can't hold that level. We can't hold the 30s in this type of market environment that we're in. We just can't. So until the market recovers, I feel like SoFi is going to be in limbo between $25, $30 a share. Honestly, I don't think it's going to get much lower than that, $25, unless we get a bigger drop in the market, which at that point we might have more things to worry about, right? But yeah, I mean, it's going to be in limbo between $25, $27. That's the reality, in my opinion, until the market figures itself out, until we start to get some stabilization in the indices, the VIX to come down a bit, for things to cool off. Until we get that, SoFi is going to be, all over the place. And at this point, as of this video, we're still technically in this channel making higher lows, lower highs, or higher highs, higher lows. We're still in this channel, but we're testing it. It's the moment of truth, kind of where we are right now here at $27. If we flush through this point, like I said, we start going down 26, 25.50, we break through that, yeah, there could be more downside. That would be the break of trend. And yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be ideal. But like I said, I don't think we're going to slip through 25, but never say never. Never say never in this type of market environment that we're in right now. So yeah, VIX up 10%, indices are down. It's dragging down all these different stocks, the high beta, high growth, like Sofi, getting nailed. But I just don't think it's going to last too long. I know I've said this before. I'll say it again. It's, it's short-term weakness for long-term pain, or gain, rather. That's right. That's how it works, guys. If you look at the fear and greed index right now in the stock market, in the crypto market especially, it is screaming fear, especially in the crypto market, guys. I think I looked at it this morning. It was like 17, the fear greed index for the crypto market. Insanity, right? I don't think it's that bad for the stock market, but it's got to be, it's got to be getting there. So at this point, man, I'm just buying stocks. I'm holding on to the stocks that I believe in. I'm not letting this market shake me out. That would be the rookie mistake. That would be the noob mistake to make, right? Getting shaken out by the market on this little drawdown that we were supposed to get in September, October. We're getting it now. You know what I mean? Why would we let this shake us out? It doesn't make sense, especially when the charts on SPY and QQQ still look pretty good. SPY looks decent. Very good. Not just decent, very good. We're making higher lows, uptrends looking phenomenal on the 4-hour chart. Even though we're making these subtle lower highs in the short term, we're still technically making higher lows, right? We're still holding this trend, even though we're slowing down a bit in the short term. So this is just a healthy pullback, a healthy consolidation, whatever you want to call it, before we start to go higher. Now, the million-dollar question is, will we consolidate for the rest of the year? Will we go higher into December, right? That's the million-dollar question. And I still think we're going to go higher into December, right? There are some theories out there that we're going to slip throughout the rest of this year, setting us up for a big rally in 2026 to start the new year. That could happen, but honestly, man, I feel like we're going to start to break out soon here, maybe after NVIDIA's earnings, maybe towards the end of November, right? But I just think it's coming. I don't think this uptrend, this bull market's over. Far from over, in my opinion. We just have to wait for that technical break. And don't worry, we're gonna cover it here on the channel, guys. We're gonna cover it in real time. What's going on here on these charts? When the breakout's coming, right? When we're seeing it. So make sure to subscribe. Hit that follow button. You might as well hit the like button as well. I appreciate you all for tuning in. So yeah, we're down big time across the board, but there are some stocks that are moving, like Alphabet, Google, ticker GOOG. This is up 3.5% right now, guys, after we got news on Friday that Buffett, Berkshire, they bought Google, right? They bought GOOGL, the class A shares, right? They bought these ones, but yeah, I mean, it's the same stock, right? Just different voting rights, whatever, right? So Google, man, up 3.5%. Earlier this morning, it was up like 6% in the pre-market at open as well, a little bit, I believe. So we were up and away. Google was ripping, right? Still is ripping, and that's what happens when Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, when they buy your stock. The stock a lot of the time goes up. So I think, honestly, Google, it's trading at, I checked earlier, it's trading at 25 times forward earnings. I wouldn't say it's a screaming deal like it was months ago. Back in this range, it was a no-brainer, man. I was buying it hand over fist when it was in the high teens forward multiple. But now it's at 25 forward P, and honestly, there could still be some, juice left to squeeze with that PE, considering the growth. I don't think it's overvalued by any means, right? You might be like, Stas, Google ran up a lot. It's overvalued, right? Well, not necessarily. As it's trading at 25 times forward earnings, I think that's a pretty good, pretty decent value still. I would say it's at fair value now. Not overvalued, not undervalued. I would say it's near fair value now. And honestly, I think we're going north of $300 per share fairly soon here. So Google, one of my biggest holdings, I'm not selling a dime, guys. I'm holding on tight. And there were some stocks that I considered locking in some profits on, but Google's not one of them. For me at least, all right? I'm holding on tight. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to join the Patreon if you guys want to be a part of the community, see the moves I'm making week in, week out, multiple portfolio updates every week, full transparency, right? And there's a Discord. You get more access to me throughout the week. All of that's on Patreon. Link down below, pinned in the comments as well. Or just go to stassurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to join, guys. I'll see you on the inside. And with that being said, cheers. Have a great rest of your day.